Hey guys, welcome to my channel Elite Wrestling World. My name is GhostSaad. Thank you guys for joining me right here on AEW Dynamite post-show review. Dynamite was a very good show tonight, starting the build towards Double or Nothing, which is going to be a fantastic show. It's Wednesday night and you know what that means. The show opens with footage of the Young Bucks and Okada arriving at the arena earlier today. Another car arrives and Scapegoat Jack Perry gets out. Security tries to bar him from the arena, but the Bucks throw their weight around and he's let in. In the arena, Orange Cassidy's entrance plays and Trent Beretta throws him through the entrance and kicks him down the stairs. Trent gets in the ring and calls Chuck Taylor out and starts by apologizing for not doing this a long time ago. He's sorry they spent 5 years hugging this narcissistic. He was supposed to be their mascot, but he took over and he doesn't care and he isn't a friend. He asks Taylor to give the people what they really want, but Chuck attacks him and says he always knew Trent was a piece of. He says they won't clear him for a match in the ring, but he doesn't want to fight Beretta in the ring. He wants to fight him in the parking lot. Jon Moxley cuts a promo and he calls Powerhouse Hobbs a truck of a man who hits like 1-2 and he's acutely aware of what's at stake tonight. Tonight's going to suck. It's going to be a walk through hell, a march through mud and fire, and there's nowhere he'd rather be. He doesn't play golf, man. This is pro wrestling, the king of sports, and tonight he reminds the world just who he is, in case they forgot. When all the oxygen is pulled out of Powerhouse's lungs, they're gonna feel it, from Jacksonville to Tokyo. First match of the night, Kyle Fletcher versus Swerve Strickland. Squaring up, Strickland with a hammerlock. Fletcher reverses to a crucifix pin, but Swerve goes right back to the hole trying to grind him down. Kyle with a foot on the ropes, front kick, whip to the corner, heel kick from the champion. Back from break, back and forth, off the ropes and both men end up down and out. Chest kicks from Kyle, Strickland fighting back into it, kicks of his own, dragon screw roll through, fighting over a suplex, charging kick, Fletcher puts him up top, jockeying for position. Tree of Woe Swerve stomp can't put Kyle down, Swerve lines him up. Strickland wins by pinfall with house call. Next up is Anna Jay versus Mina. Feeling out, Shirakawa going after the leg, cross leg, springboard roundhouse kick, cover for 2, repeated elbow drops to the knee. Jay cuts her off, cover for 2, and we go to break. Back from break, Mina with a wicked rolling elbow, up top, wrist clutch Meteora. Nope, Anna with a gory face buster, only a near fall. Hooking her, back elbows free Shirakawa. Dragon screw connects and she follows it with a figure for leg lock, but Jay quickly gets the ropes. Mina Shirakawa wins by pinfall with glamorous collection. Post-match, Mariah May comes to the ring with champagne, but Anna Jay poops the party and chokes May out with the Queen Slayer until Toni Storm makes the save. Serena Deeb is here. She picks up Tony's discarded shoes and throws them aside before sitting down on the stage next to the title belt and promises that the next time she touches the belt, it'll belong to her. Back from break, Stokely and Chris Statlander are in the ring for Willow Championship celebration. Stoke asks Jacksonville if they're ready to party and says they're here to give Willow her flowers in the form of a poem that Stokely correctly describes as 2 pounds of before introducing Willow. Stoke admits he didn't like Willow initially. She returns the feeling, and he says she earned the title and they're proud of her. And now she stands here not as a rookie, but as the face of TBS. Enter Mercedes, today dressed like some kind of evil owl, perhaps. Willow tells her to get it over with, but Mercedes says she's just here to congratulate her and to remind her to enjoy it while it lasts because she's winning the title at Double or Nothing. Willow has to ask Mercedes if she thinks she intentionally injured her in New Japan, and Mercedes says she just wants to feel better about what she did. Willow says she feels genuinely awful for her, but she had a lot of questions, and she admits that title reign had an asterisk, but there's no asterisk next to her TBS championship, and she wants Mercedes at 100%. She goes to leave. Stad grabs her hand. Mercedes hauls off and slaps Willow about it, and Stokely and Bryce pull them apart. Alex desperately asks the Elite if Jack Perry is reinstated, and Matthew Jackson finally tells him that Tony Khan has agreed to meet with Perry in the ring tonight. Next up is AEW International Championship #1 Contenders Casino Gauntlet match. Circling, collar and elbow, White backs him into the corner. Martin ducks, wrist locks, Jay hammering chops. Switchblade back body drops Martin over the ropes, and here comes Penta as our next entrant. Back from break, Martin and Penta brawling, and here comes Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle's gotten a haircut and is throwing elbows, shoulder arm breakers. White grabs the ropes, and here comes Will Ospreay. Springboard elbow from Ospreay, Will with chops, and here comes Lance Archer. He clears a path of destruction, and we go to break. In comes Commander. He takes Archer out and gets into it with Will. Jay Lethal comes down next and gets right into it with Ospreay. Lethal combination on Martin. Penta cuts him off. Whip across. Sunset flip. Handspring. Lethal injection connects, but White cuts him off. Getting into it with Kyle. Kick combo from Will. Roll over. Reversed. Rolling elbow. Ospreay changes his mind, and O'Reilly puts him in a cross armbar in the middle of the ring. Commander with a rope walk shooting star press, but Ospreay breaks the pin up with hidden blade. It's over. Will Ospreay becomes #1 contender to the AEW International Championship. Post-match, the Undisputed Kingdom come to the ring to square up with Ospreay, and we go to break. Back from break, Chris Jericho makes his entrance. He gets on the microphone and says from now on FTW stands for the world. He claims Terry Funk passed the torch to him and puts Hook over, and says his only flaw is that he needs to take lessons from him. Enter Big Bill. He says he's been in the back listening, and he only has one thing to say. He needs the guidance of the learning tree. He knows everyone is lining up to sit under the learning tree, but he knows in his heart that he is the very best fit for it. Chris says he's been watching him for a long time, and he's one of the reasons he's in AEW, and he's gonna keep an eye on him to see if what he says is true. Renee interviews Will, Don Callis, and Fletcher backstage. Callis puts Will over but says he wished he would have hit the Tiger Driver. Ospreay says he doesn't want to do it after it hit Danielson like that. Don says he shouldn't care about how many broken necks Danielson has had. Kyle Fletcher tries to speak up in Will's defense that he won the match, but Callis tells him he shouldn't talk about winning matches given his loss tonight. Don says Strong's had a broken neck and he needs to break it to win the title. Jon Moxley versus Powerhouse Hobbs for IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Circling, Moxley probing kicks, Hobbs backs him into the corner, whip across, right hands, float over a slam, German suplex from the champion, but Will pops right back up, back from break. Moxley cuts Powerhouse out at the knees and sends him crashing to the floor. Back inside, Paradigm Shift sets up a sleeper hold and Will starts to fade. Jon Moxley wins by referee stoppage with a sleeper, retaining the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Konosuke comes to the stage to make a challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Renee interviews Shibata. He uses his adorable robot to say he's going to challenge Chris Jericho to an FTW Championship match next week, and he finished by complimenting her top. Tony is in the ring to introduce Jack Perry, who comes down with no entrance music. Jack says today has been one of the best days of his life, but now he has business to handle, right here, face to face with Tony Khan. DK comes down with no entrance music. Jack says it's no secret they've had ups and downs and haven't always seen eye to eye, but he wants to say now from the bottom of his heart, the only thing he's ever wanted is what's best for AEW. Tony claps and puts his hand to his heart at this, and Jack asks him to please shake his hand, reinstate him, and go on to change the world together. Khan gives a thumbs up and shakes his hand and embraces him, easy peasy. Perry leans into the embrace and looks into the camera with a smile on his face. He raises TK's hand, Tony smiles and points. And Jack punches Tony Khan hard in the gut with the microphone. The Bucks and Okada rush down to check on the boss. The Bucks grab his hands like they're going to EVP trigger him before letting go. Okada gives a double thumbs up and points, melts a driver on the boss. The Elite all pose on the stage and one of the Bucks says it's time to change the world. They thank everyone for coming as referee Aubrey Edwards tells them off. A bunch of the babyface roster comes down rather belatedly to check on the boss, along with TK's dad Shahid Khan. That's the show, folks. Please guys like and share this video, subscribe to my channel and keep watching Elite Wrestling World.